the MSJ podcast, another edition, and we're missing a couple people, but we still got some fun news to say. So, anyways, I'm Anthony.
I'm Alvaro.
I'm Steven.
I'm Isaiah.
I'm Joshua.
And let's kick it off to school news. So,
first of all, before we get into school news, let's just talk about how everyone's doing.
oh yeah.
That's
So,
very-
today it was a chill day. Ate breakfast. Just came to school. I was pretty late, but I don't know.
it's hard, man. You, Steven, how you been since the last episode?
Since the last episode, I've been chilling, doing all right.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Nado? How you been doing?
I think I've been great. There's been a lot of things happening. Crazy weather, right? We've been having, and I'm just excited. We're halfway through the quarter, so I'm excited for that. It's going by really fast, and I've just been keeping up with just everybody here and just making sure everybody's getting on track and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been good.
How about you, Joshua? How you been doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Nothing too bad to complain about.
Okay. How you doing, Isaiah?
Yeah, I'm pretty good myself. Just not that much going on. So.
It's the beginning of the day. You really can't
Yeah, I've been alright. I've been good since the last episode. Just in good health, try to be in good spirit, and happy to see another day.
All right. So let's see. School news. Career day is next week. You were able to choose what you wanted last week, and they're just gonna explain what you want to do, like what it's about. If you want to do the career, there's gonna be firefighters, cops, tattoo artists, medical field, just everything. It's just a good place to know what you want to do after school.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the college kickoff day. I chose my 3. I fill out my form. How's everyone feeling about college kickoff day being next week?
What 3 did you choose?
I chose the military one, the deputy sheriff one, and the tattoo one. And then we have a soccer game coming up next. When is it next week?
Yes, that's going to be next week on Tuesday. We're facing EWEC. It's the other MSJ campus in Desert Hot Springs, and that's happening in an away game. So much luck to them, and we'll see how that game goes on Tuesday for both the boys and the girls soccer team.
Also, the esports team is facing against EWEC, and it came out that the esports, like the fighting games, you can now use DOC characters, so that's like a new thing. Yeah, but they're new. The next game is against EWEC, and hopefully we win again. That is all it for school news.
I think so. Yep.
All right, let's go on to just regular news.
Local news, world news. What we all got? Anything in mind? So there's been a viral video that came out. I'm not sure when it was, but I'm sure it's been pretty recent. It was a guy who decapitated his father's head and posted it on YouTube, which got taken down fairly quickly. It was a 32-year-old man.
file is open.
From what I'm reading so far, because of political reasons, I'm sure he killed his father. It's pretty sad, honestly, killing your own father.
Also, in In-N-Out, they're shutting down In-N-Outs because of the high crime rate in Oakland. They're shutting In-N-Out down in Oakland because of high crime rates, and I don't know, there's just, let's see. The announced close of the Oakport Street location marks the first In-N-Out in its 75 history. We made the decision to close our In-N-Out burger location in Oakland, California due to the ongoing issues with crime, says Denny, an In-N-Out's chief operating officer, in a statement. Now, I don't know what's happening in Oakland, but it has to be pretty bad to shut down an In-N-Out.
I think Oakland has a pretty bad reputation in terms of its crime, so I'm not really surprised to see that a In-N-Out store is going out of business in that area, but definitely understandable on why.
Yeah, and how do you guys feel about just the impact that society plays a role when it comes to shutting just an establishment really well known? I'm pretty sure you guys eaten at an In-N-Out before. What do you think the implications of this and how it can trickle down into other cities in California? How do you guys feel about this recent news?
The implications can be hard, for regular customers and just people who go to that specific In and Out every other day. You know, wherever an In and Out is, just know that it's always busy, and money will be lost for this particular business. And I mean, the implications are, you know, a lot bad when you think about it. But you know, it's sad to see an In and Out go out like that.
Yeah. In other this is the hottest news out of the whole week. Former chairman of WWE, Vince McMahon, has had disturbing allegations against him by a female named Janelle Grant that's accused him of sexual assault, trafficking, and physical abuse by him and others working for the company. Now it's said that she had a job, but it wasn't a regular job. It was literally a job with no work. Her only work was just her providing her body for other people. She wasn't getting paid. She was just established as a worker.
Yeah, so this news kind of just it's very controversial. So this, if you're not familiar with the WWE, it stands for the World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a wrestling company. It's very worldwide, and this kind of despicable act, of course, is just all allegations currently. There's been some actual workers from the WWE that have spoken out about these allegations recently. But yeah, what do you guys think about Vince McMahon just providing this woman a job?
Just for sexual acts.
For sexual acts, and not even a job in general. I think that, when it comes to this type of stuff, it's very controversial, because it comes down to, how much power can go to someone's head like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big WWE guy myself, but when I have watched WWE, what I know of Vince McMahon is, he's a very well-known guy around the WWE world and community. He's been around for a long time. He owns a big company, and from what Anthony told me, this is not the first allegation.
Yeah, he's had allegations from 2006, 2022, and now. And it's a really big thing. Like, at this point, you have to look at it that these probably are not even allegations anymore. These are probably just news.
Just facts.
These are actually just facts now, because it's a more than one occasion thing.
Yeah, I mean, Vince McMahon's reputation from now on, it's not going to be a good one. I just don't ever see him doing business ever again just because of these serious allegations.
Yeah, and you guys have to remember that children watch this television program now. It's called the PG era, so the parental guidance era of wrestling. So a lot of families go out and watch wrestling, and they go to these sporting events, and stuff like this when it comes out. Obviously, WWE wants no take in this, and they're gonna take this really seriously. And it's very unfortunate that they had to come up with this information. And we did see a couple of the text messages, and they've been going around, and some of the more graphic information that was released because of this recent allegation. Not only did it affect Vince McMahon, but it affected other wrestlers that are associated with the brand. One of them is Brock Lesnar. He's a very famous UFC fighter, ex-football player for the Vikings, and it's very unfortunate that now he was dragged, how easily your name can get dragged into these sort of allegations and then just ruin your reputation altogether. So what do you think about that when it comes to having someone's reputation just being ruined over allegations, especially of this delicate matter?
Like you said, that it's a kids company now. Like, it's more directed to kids, and just having those news out, it's pretty bad. And it's just like, this also came to light after they just had a record-setting deal with Netflix, a $5 billion deal, and it just comes out now. And The Rock also becoming a head chairman of TKO. It could have never come out in a really worse time.
You know, I mean, me personally, I would not want to work with someone who has these sort of accusations, regardless of the money that would be lost, your personal image. You know, as just people in general, you know, you never want to associate with yourself with those kind of people, regardless of, you know, how long you've known them for, how long you've done business with them for. Is really just a bad image, and it's all about your reputation. You know, it's really just a sad and just bad situation all in general.
Yeah. All right. You know, it was really devastating news, but let's switch it back to a more positive news, like the NBA All-Star Game coming up. The East and West stars have been revealed. LeBron James, of course, being the most recognizable person there. On the West, it's LeBron James, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, and Luka Doncic. Now that's already a stacked team, as is. But the East has come in with Joel Embiid, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, and Damian Lillard. It's gonna be a really good All-Star game. These guys have worked their ass off throughout the season, and it's gonna be real competitive. Hopefully it's competitive, because other All-Star games were kind of lenient with the whole defense. You want to like just show what they can do.
Bring back the physical aspect of the All-Star game, not it just being some entertainment. Yeah.
Last year it was like a real spin in the face. Like, it was just open layups, open three-pointers, no defense, it was a really bad game. Like, everyone hated it, even the players hated it. Hopefully they step up and say, you know what, let's just go all out. Just go out for entertainment. Let's go all out for everything. And other news for All-Star Game, a first time ever, Stephen Curry is going to go against WNBA's Sabrina for a three-point contest. Now, Sabrina set the record for the most threes in an All-Star three-point contest last year. Now, Steph wanted to just prove that he's the greatest shooter of all time, so challenged Sabrina into a three-point contest, and it's going to be set in All-Star weekend. And I don't know about you, but my money's on Steph.
I got Steph. You know.
Yeah, I got Steph too.
Steph Curry. I don't know. Do you know how long the WNBA three-point range is compared to the NBA?
I think it's like high school range, or maybe shorter.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, she's shooting WNBA range, while Stephen Curry's shooting the NBA range. But maybe it's still, he doesn't find it as a big thing. Maybe he just thinks that he still can beat her.
And how do you feel about like just women in athletics just getting that uprise, that they can be at that NBA level or just compete with men in general? How do you guys feel about that in any sports? Just because we are talking about sports now, how do you guys feel about that?
You know, with this sporting event in particular, you know, seeing a woman athlete coming from the WNBA competing in such a big event like the All-Star Game, especially with one of the more well-known players in the NBA, Stephen Curry, who has, I would say, completely revolutionized the game in terms of just shooting. And, you know, seeing a woman come up in that kind of sort of aspect is always a good thing to see, you know, bring more diversity to sports. And, you know, just seeing women just being recognized even more, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing too. Like, the WNBA always wanted to change. They want more eyes on them. Now I think this is a good chance for the people to get more eyes on the WNBA, because, you know, it's a big stage. Everyone's going to watch it. Celebrities are going to watch it. If she wins, she can get more eyes on the WNBA. Like, if she doesn't, she still gets eyes on the WNBA. So I feel it's a win-win situation out here. Stephen Curry's probably the only one that has a legacy to lose, but I guess we'll have to find out in the All-Star Game. Also, in other news, football. It's been a real rocky last couple of days, but
yeah, we finally have the official Super Bowl that's happening in Las Vegas on February 11th. Just crazy wild AFC and NFC championship games that happened this weekend. You know, sad to see the Lions lose like that. You know, also sad to see the Baltimore Ravens go. You know, this Super Bowl, in my opinion, is the one that I just didn't want to see. But, you know, regardless, you know, both teams really well deserved it. Just excited to see them compete in 2 weeks from now, or a week and a half. It's going to be a very interesting Super Bowl. and I'm just excited to see. What are your thoughts, Anthony?
My thoughts, people say it's going to be a more boring Super Bowl. They've already faced in the past. It was a low-scoring game, and I just really wish the Baltimore Ravens won. Now we have to see a bunch of camera cuts to Taylor Swift in the crowd. We're going to see Travis Kelce. We're going to have to see everything at this point. Like, I'm probably not going to watch it.
Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game?
No, it's going to be a low-scoring game. They play, like, the same exact style, so it's going to be a low-scoring game, boring game. But I guess, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and 49ers.
I think this is Patrick Mahomes' fourth Super Bowl appearance or third? I'm not sure,
In like
but
5 years.
I'm gonna just say this. I think, in my opinion, Patrick Mahomes has already established himself as like a first ballot Hall of Fame. I think he could retire.
Just right
Just
now.
hypothetically, he could retire like after the Super Bowl, and regardless of win or loss, he's
gonna be down with the Oliver Gates.
he's gonna be like on the upper echelon of like quarterbacks that have played the game. And I don't like Patrick Mahomes, but I can appreciate someone's game. He's been doing it at a high level since being a starter. So just seeing him, completely like take this amount of success, especially him not even being 30 years old yet, is very very pleasing to see such success in a player like that.
So I just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to get their input. So who do you think is going to win this Super Bowl? So we have the Chiefs and we have the 49ers. We'll go around to each podcaster and see who they think is going to win this Super Bowl. Go for it. Anybody, whoever wants to start it off, go for it.
I think the 49ers want it. I want it more. It's just they lost last time. They probably know their mistakes. They probably want to run it back. I think they have the mentality. They have the playbook. They have everything now. I think they're going to take the win.
They have the 49ers have the coach, the offense, the defense. Last time they played in 2019, I think it was, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs came back and won that one. So, that same roster from 2019 that the 49ers had, it's, if not identical, still having some of the same players or more of the well-known players, seeing them going back to the Super Bowl, playing the same team that they lost to the first time. I would say the 49ers are coming out here with more fire, more vengeance, something to prove more. So I think the 49ers will play with a lot of intensity, a lot of just giving it their all, every down, every play, every second. And the Chiefs, it was a rocky season, definitely out of character for Patrick Mahomes and that Andy Reid offense. But, them making it this far, the experience that Patrick Mahomes has in the playoffs is very valuable to this team. The leadership that he brings, him and Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. It's wonderful to see them back. Regardless, in my opinion, I'm not sure who's going to win. It can really be both. But if I'm going to give a prediction on who's going to win, this is my first time saying it to anyone, but I think it's going to be the 49ers coming out with this one.
Okay, so far 2 49ers. Isaiah, go for it.
I have to go for the 49ers as well. Like he had mentioned, defense, offense is kind of on point. I'm seeing how they're playing and I like it. They seem pretty, not too aggressive, but they know what they're doing up there.
Same here. I think 49ers are going to take the Super Bowl because it's been a while since they have won any. And personally, I'm a 49ers fan, but I'm not being biased right now. Like I feel like right now how the Kansas City is playing.
I'm just on the side that doesn't have Taylor Swift.
Kansas City right now, they haven't been playing well. And I just feel like 49ers right now might just, take over.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the 49ers here. I'm a big Cali man. I respect all the teams that come from California. And just, I just got to support the local teams. And if the closest local team is California 49ers, I'm going for that one.
Yeah, I'm very anti-49ers, so the fact that I picked the 49ers to win speaks volume to my putting my bias aside. But it's hard to say, but I will be rooting for the 49ers this week. I'm sorry.
Okay.
People are already saying that the winner's already chosen, just due to the color of the jerseys. A new logo color scheme conspiracy has came out that 37 out of 57 Super Bowl champions have wore white in the Super Bowl. Now, the Kansas City just revealed that they're wearing red for the Super Bowl, and now people are scared because it's always been the white jerseys team. The white jerseys team have won, I think, the last 8 Super Bowls. So, yeah, it already could be over. I don't know, but the conspiracies about the logo, color, it's all been wrong. So I think people are just trying to speculate that the Kansas City don't win. But I don't know.
So, you said that this Super Bowl, who's the white jerseys again?
I think it's going to be the San Francisco 49ers.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are wearing red. Well, last time they played, it was the exact same colorway, and the Chiefs won. So, wouldn't be surprised to see if the 49ers win, honestly. Just something to say.
We'll see. There's going to be a lot of red jerseys in the crowd. It's going to be a red gush of wave. It's going to be a fantastic game.
Taylor Swift wave?
Yeah, exactly. If you get a chance to watch it live, I'm jealous of you. But I'll be watching it at home in the comfort of my couch. But yeah, that's a wrap up for that one, right?
Yes, sir.
What else do we have in sports?
Also, I wanna going back to world news. 3 American soldiers died on the attack on a U.S. base in Jordan. The United States believes that it was Iran that was behind this attack. Tensions are rising in that Middle Eastern part of the world. It's been like that for decades now, and it's sad to see 3 innocent souls lose their lives on a missile attack. And I hope the United States retaliates appropriately and accordingly to this attack.
All right, so let's move on to media. Do we have any new media stuff? I know the new Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League came out. It has negative reviews because
It hasn't fully came out.
I think it came out. What's it called?
The exclusive.
Yesterday. Like if you have
pre-order.
if you get the deluxe edition, you get 3 days early, so people gotta play it. And a lot of mixed reviews. It's supposed to be a rendition of Batman Arkham Knight, the former game, and people are actually like really mad because they actually do kill the Justice League, believe it or not. And
I honestly don't know anything about this game. I've seen it on my Xbox, it being advertised every time I go on it. Have you seen the trailer at all? I honestly have no
I've only
idea.
seen the reviews on Twitter because people are mad on how disrespected the superheroes get. Not only did they die, they died very disrespectfully. Like the Flash got urinated on, Green Lantern got his ring snatched.
Oh, Batman just got shot.
Yeah, Batman just got shot after he survived planes crashing on him. Like it's
just ridiculous.
It's real ridiculous. Like they're trying to push the narrative that these guys are really good, but it's like I don't know. I think it's just more fan. Like they want more fans to come in more than like
it
just
being realistic.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, what is it? Just DC, right?
Yeah, it's just DC.
Okay. Interesting. I would have to check that game out. I wish I was more knowledgeable on this game, but hearing what Anthony just told me seems like a very interesting.
I just wanted to give you guys, since I'm a science teacher, I'm a big fan of just like a bunch of stuff that come out in science. So Elon Musk just came out with one of his new Neuralinks that are attached to your brain. He also claims that even if someone was born blind, a Neuralink could potentially restore their vision. So that's what he's claiming, and that's what he's working on. I'm just really excited to see what Elon Musk tries to do in the medical/AI universe. And he's just one of those individuals that I always kind of look into and see. Also, he was said to expect roughly 1 billion humanoid robots in 2040. So we'll see what happens with that. And then there's a lot of AI, talks, and AI is here to stay. And what do you guys think? Since you guys are in this new era of AI, do you think it's beneficial? Do you think it's not good? What are your guys' thoughts on AI and just overall its impact that it's had so far? Go for it.
AI, just a very controversial topic amongst all generations. old, new, young, middle-aged. I mean, I'm pretty mixed on it. I think AI can be a useful tool, but then at the same time, I think AI can be a very dangerous tool. Like all new things that come into this world, there's going to be critics, there's going to be questions, confusion, as it should be. But something that can be as revolutionary as something like AI, and with Elon Musk's is Neuralink that can be implanted into humans' brains. I mean, I'm not a big scientist or genius guy, but I know that the brain is a very like intricate part in like a human's life. You know, if you don't have a brain, you don't have a life. And you know, that if that gets brought up into like the medical world, it can be good, but it can be bad. You know, like how are parents gonna feel about putting, if their child comes out with a disease or with like a blindness, you know, how are they gonna feel about, you know, the consideration of wanting to put a neural link into a child's brain? You know, a lot of those questions can be, you know, be brought up when this thing does come out, but from now on, you know, it's gonna be years of just a bunch of tests, questions, criticism, and just, you know, some sort of excitement that can be brought up from this. But yeah, that's my opinion. What do you think, Anthony?
I think the same thing. Like AI is always evolving. You know, it's a good thing, bad thing. Like I only thought AI was something that like that you just type in something, it'll just give you the answer. But now it's evolving to something bigger. It's evolving to something that we probably use every day in our lives now. Like it gives you the answers where whatever you want. You know, it's a real thing that's happening right now. But
it's crazy how, you know, the internet changes. You know, like back then in the 70s, 80s, or in the 90s, like computers were coming up, and I'm sure there was questions if, you know, computers should be in classrooms. I don't know if Mr. Nye was there at the time. Like, did you have computers when you were in high school?
Yeah, we had the bigger, bulkier ones, and then it's funny because I grew up in the age of the internet of just being evolved, like before when it was dial up and you would hear that funny noise when you were on the internet. So I've seen it evolve all over, and I think technology has progressed so quickly that unfortunately we can't keep up with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
you mean? Like technology?
Yes, just in general, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, things change, things evolve. You know, AI coming up like that, it's probably gonna be scary because I feel like it's gonna take away like the human aspect of life at some point. But I think that's gonna be a long time from now. But I hope, you know, humans are still a big part of this world, because of, you know, if robots take over, like what is the point of having a human?
yeah,
You know what I
Like
mean?
Terminator, that could be a real thing.
Can be a possibility, but from now on, I think it's just gonna be, you know, just decades away from now until something like robots gets brought up into this world.
yeah.
Like Transformers too, you gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Autobots, roll out. Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's futuristic.
All right. Any other news? Anything you guys want to talk about?
I mean, for music, Kanye has still not released the album. We've been waiting. He's been delaying it.
He's teasing.
He's teasing it. Like, I feel like he should just release it now. Like the song playlist has already come out, but no official releases yet. Like, I wonder what the state of mind he's in. He came out that there was a news video about him stealing a TMZ reporter's like phone and offering her a job. I don't know what that was about. He was wearing the mask and stuff, but Kanye's just in his own planet right now.
Kanye is an interesting character for sure.
How long whatever he on?
Kanye is just, I don't know. Kanye is just weird.
He's just up there with the aliens, you feel me, chilling.
Yeah.
And then speaking about just music in general, rappers and Kanye West and all that, do you guys have a favorite, a go-to rapper when it comes to hip hop? What's your go-to artist when it comes to music?
Well, my go-to artist is actually old Kanye, but now it's the new one. But probably right now, I don't know. No one has like really like connected like old Kanye. So I probably just have to I have to keep old Kanye in his own category, new Kanye in his older one. But I think it's just old Kanye for me.
Some J. Cole.
J. Cole,
J. Cole, you could never go wrong with J. Cole. All bangers.
Yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything: Spanish, English, rock. Try to switch up my style a little bit of just music. Tired of just listening to one thing. But in terms of just one artist, honestly, just off the top of my head, can never go wrong with Lil Baby. Can't go wrong with Lil Baby.
Usually I'd be listening to J. Cole. Yeah, listen to J. Cole and my boy Steven a lot. Yeah, never go wrong with J. Cole.
Personally, I don't have a favorite, but the artist I do listen to a lot is Ken Carson. But it's really more, my playlist is just really mixed up. Like I listen to a little bit of everything.
Why are you laughing at Ken Carson?
Okay, buddy.
Isn't that a YouTuber?
Oh,
Ken Carson? No. I've never heard of Ken Carson.
So, like I said, I'm a 90s baby. I grew up a lot with The Game, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, G-Unit, Lil
Classics.
Wayne. So all of that music, I still have it in rotation till this day. It's just a classic,
Play some bangers.
just a classic playlist that I go to, and it's just one of those that I resemble a lot. I respect a lot of those guys. I respect the new generation as well. The Future, the little Uzi Verts, all those guys. They sound a lot different from back in my days. And the only closely related individual that I can think of is probably Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar's good at music. Album was really great. If nothing else comes like that, I probably will still continue to listen to my old playlist that I still currently have.
You know what? I want to switch up my answer. Lil Baby is not my go-to. I don't know why. I should have no. My go-to. No. My go-to is Drake. You can never.
Drake.
Every time Drake hops on the mic, it's always going platinum.
Jungles.
Insert Soulja
That's
Boy.
cap.
Insert
That's
Soulja
cap.
Boy here.
No.
What happened with Certified Lover Boy being like one of the worst albums?
Yeah,
And then
compare that to all his other albums.
Hey,
All
I'll
the
compare that
others.
to Donda. Donda was still better.
No, it wasn't.
Donda's
I don't think Donda was that.
Donda was
No, bro.
That does bring up a real big controversial take. Are the old rappers better than the new rappers?
Yes, of course.
Way
I would say so, yeah.
Way
Despite me not being part of that time, just listening to them, I think definitely for sure.
Things like YouTube, you gotta listen to the old stuff. I think the old stuff is actually holds up still.
Yeah, because if you make that argument, you're saying Drake is better than 50 Cent.
Yeah, does Drake fall into the old category? He is a 2000.
2010.
Yeah.
Well, no, everybody. I guess that's the big debate. Is Drake better than 50 Cent? Answer that question.
I can't really speak.
When have you ever seen Drake floating on stage, but you've seen 50 Cent floating on stage? Exactly.
That's just
50 Cent better.
That's just performance.
What do you guys think Drake's best song is?
I think Drake's best work was when he did that. It's funny because I think Drake is a feature for me.
Yeah, he's more like a feature guy. Than
I remember when he was with Young Money and he was rapping with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj and he was kind of just one of those side characters for me. I didn't notice any big changes after that. He's very commercialized for me. He's very commercialized in the sense that if you're not a hip hop fan, you can easily listen to Drake and fit in with that culture, if that makes sense.
Okay.
He has been called a culture vulture before, and that's all I'm gonna say it at that. Does he write his own music? No.
Maybe.
And a lot of people,
It's factual.
and a lot of people, don't think about the intricate part when it comes to making music. A lot of the older artists, had their own originality and so forth. Now I just see more of a copycat, kind of mentality.
There's a lot of
What works, what's popular, what's easily playable on TikTok or Instagram. That's what I'm seeing now in this new generation. You guys are very, very short-spanned, and I'm not trying to throw any dirt at you guys, but you guys are in this new generation where you guys want something brand new every week, every day, every second of the hour, and it's sometimes things take time for it to be good.
No, wait, no. Drake made some of these rappers. He's been in the game for a good while
For
now.
a decade now.
For a decade and probably a half. He's like about to be almost 40, I think.
But that's the thing. He's about before he still calling himself a certified lover boy.
I don't know what that whole thing was about of Niall calling out that Drake doesn't write his own music. I want to know where you got that from, Mr.
I don't
Niall.
know if you guys saw, but like a lot of like rappers are making like remixes to old hits. Like I think NLE Choppa made a remix to Nelly's "It's Getting Hot in Here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're really.
You know about his ghostwriters? Did you not see the whole beef that he had with Meek Mill?
I remember looking at the memes back when I was in like 5th grade.
So look back at the music. There was a couple of side beefs and stuff like that, but that's just so part of the hip hop culture, and that maybe can be talked about on another podcast. But no diss to Drake. It's just he's just one of those artists that is just, there's one good song, and that's all I can remember.
One good song. Okay, you know what? Okay, we're gonna
The only
move on.
good song that I remember.
It's not ridiculous.
Look,
It's not ridiculous.
the only good song that I remember is I'm on one with I think it's Lil Wayne on there, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled. I think he was on that song. Drake was on there, and then there was another one where he sound produced one of the sound bits for LeBron's documentary. I think it was called Forever or something like that.
That's his best song.
Yeah, and that was all features though. So you just gotta look at certain facts and stuff. So go back and do your research, and then come back to me next week about that.
Yeah, but the thing about Forever, the Forever
No,
song.
but just to say that that's Drake's only good song. It's a reach, honestly. Like that's a
Forever?
very.
That is his best
It's
song.
a good song, but I wouldn't say it's his best song. But whatever. All right.
What would you say his best song is?
That's Niall's opinion. Let's just move on before things get heated.
Yes.
We can talk about hip hop next week.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? What's next on the agenda?
Yeah, so just one of our next segments here is one of our hot takes. Today's hot take was actually inspired by one of our subscribers that listens to us. So shout out to all the subscribers. Please subscribe to the MSJ Nights podcast. A quick plug in there for you guys. Insert animation here. So pretty much the hot take today is how do you guys feel about there's individuals that get into relationships, whether they're a boy, a girl, female, male, whatever the case may be, and then all of a sudden there's a certain urge to now like that person. Even though they're in a relationship, all of a sudden there's just this urge to now pay close attention to that person. So how do you guys feel about this? It's a very controversial take. It's probably going to take you guys some time to think about, but what do you think about this?
So yeah, I was looking forward to talking about this with everyone here. Mr. Niall brought it up briefly before we started recording, and we got into it a little bit, but not too much because we wanted to save the segment for this episode. And I brought up the idea that wanting whatever other people have is deeply rooted into our just human nature in general, not just in relationships, but in just like materialistic things, phones, shoes, just things like that. It's people are always gonna want what you have regardless. So I just want to know. I kind of want to hear other people's opinions on that.
Well, I have to just give what I think is the best response because I'm a veteran at being single.
Can't blame you.
So
man.
basically, what I think is, I think it's like maybe it's like they wanted to ask them, but they didn't get the chance. Now that they like it's there, that they want to like try to interrupt it so they can get what they want. But I don't know.
Just people are just drama fed. I think they just want that drama.
Yeah.
I feel that I agree with him. That it's like they want to cause drama because they see that the person is happy and they didn't get the chance to talk to them when they were single. So they're like, oh, let me see if I can ruin this and then get their attention. But I also feel like it's something natural in humans to get jealous of someone that has something that you don't have. So you want to take it away from them.
What do you think, Mr. Niall? Before we get Isaiah to speak.
I think my take on this is I think you need to respect boundaries. A lot of people have forgotten that. And whether it's a friendship, whether it's a personal relationship like that, any type of relationship in general, it can be with just your mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, or aunts and uncles, family members. I think you got to respect the boundaries and just respect all those aspects of it, and then just think about it from their point of view, and then put yourself in their shoes, and how you would feel if someone was doing that to you. I think that's my response to that.
Speaking of boundaries, that just brought up the idea of hookup culture. What do you guys think about hookup culture and how that can affect
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, can you elaborate on that?
All right. For those who don't know what hookup culture is when you just sort of do very bad things with a person, in terms of it being sexual, and just not being in a committed relationship with them, but just going to see them for inappropriate things. This idea was brought up to me right now when he spoke about boundaries, because I think people, especially our age, don't have boundaries for relationships and things like that. So I kind of just want to get you guys' opinion on that whole hookup culture.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
It's just there's no boundaries no more. People just get what they want just by doing what they want. It's like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like you said, hookup culture, it's crazy, man. It's just people just want to be with the person for like one night, like a one-night stand, and then move on to the next. People just like the rotation.
No respect and no regard for just people's bodies, honestly.
I like how there's even words for it, rotation.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
That's what it is.
You gotta have your backups to your starters.
Mm-hmm. Backup quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like it's really messed up. What's going on with this generation currently? Like, there's no more, like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's no more respect or like goals to getting in a relationship. There's no more like, I want to get with you to make you happy, to take care of you. It's more like, I want to get with you to take whatever I can from you, or get whatever benefits you can give me.
Yeah, it's like people only want what they can provide.
Yeah.
I mean, all good points. I mean, like, I think it's actually still like pretty like, yeah, it's a real disrespectful thing just to go to one girl and then like completely forget about her and just go on to the next one just on a cycle. I think it's like very disrespectful on a spectrum, but I mean, still, I don't even know about it until it was brought up to me right now. So,
yeah, and the reason probably why you brought it up, it was the boundary issue, but like I said before, and I think it was mentioned during the hip hop segment, was that there is kind of that sense of like, what is going on when it comes to your generation of just quickness and just that lack of attention, of just wanting everything really quickly and fast, and not having that slow process of just waiting it out. Just because I noticed that you guys want stuff really quickly, and it's just the next thing, and then the thing that doesn't help is these artists like Drake and stuff like that, they portray this phenomenon onto you in their music, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the lyrics saying in the music? Are they influencing the way you guys act? Because the power of music has a lot of things, and that can be talked about in another segment on another episode, but just the impact of that culture, of these artists that they have, and it can be YouTubers and TikTok artists as well, onto our generation of having that hookup culture that you were mentioning, and then having that lack of boundary and respect to that. So that's all I wanted to add to that.
Yeah, especially in a very like media driven world that we live in now. I think it's something to save on for the next episode, but definitely something to speak on for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. Anybody else have any final thoughts before we end the podcast episode today?
Yeah, before we end off, we should have spoke about this before the episode got started, but we want to thank MSJ for funding this new equipment that we now have. I want to give my thanks to all
Yeah,
this new
just
equipment
a
that we
big
have.
shout out to Palm Springs Unified. You know, we got the equipment in today. I'm very happy. Shout out to Donors Choose. I did get funded, and we did get some mics so that our fellow podcasters can go out to the public and get the public opinion. We're just excited with the podcast. It's going really well. I had an old podcaster stop by today buying his grad night ticket. He scanned the QR code in my class, and he's gonna let everybody know that the podcast is up and running. I think we're up to almost 10 subscribers, more than almost 50 views on each video. I think it's going really well. So shout out to all the subscribers that are listening right now. It's just a big thank you for all of you for listening in.
Yep. I think we're gonna wrap it up now, right?
Yeah.
And that's it for the MSJ Nights podcast. I'm Alvaro.
I'm Steven.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Isaiah.
I'm your editor, Joshua.
And I'm Mr. Now.
Peace.
Signing out.